back to part 2 of the Mystical Paintress, painting the bunny rabbit during the pink full moon. I had some technical difficulties, so we had to stop taping, and now we will resume. So, today's shout out was to all the postal workers and the people making sure that we're getting things delivered to us. Thank you very much. And what I'm working on is using a little bit of arbitrary color, meaning made up color kind of, and just put a few little dashes in here and in there, just to bring this to life a little bit and make it a little bit more fun. So I'm adding some arbitrary color, and this is a different bunny. I don't know what kind of bunny this is, but boy, Alexandra sure did a beautiful job with him. But she's over in Poland, the gal that runs the rabbit rescue, and she really, really does a beautiful job with these bunnies. And then after she's done with them, she sells her taxidermy, beautiful, amazing sculptures, and uses that money to take care of the rest of the animals at her shelter. So it's very cool. It's a great cause to donate to if you think you might be interested in having a little bunny sculpture. I like these for exactly what I'm doing right now, painting reference. I use them for painting reference. So anyway, we are working on this little bunny here, and it's tricky because I'm at a weird angle. I'm at this weird angle, and I got all this fur everywhere. So, okay, so there's our blocked in bunny. So the bunny's basically blocked in. Well, hold on one second. Something bothers me about this. Is this little spot right here. It's better. And then this is real dark. So is this right here. Put in a few darks and lights where they're supposed to be, and you can really bring a painting to life more. So, anyway. Okay, so we are moving right along here on our little bunny, and I need to put a couple darks here on the face, and then I need to get some special brushes I want to share with you guys. And just like I said, this is not a studio painting, this is not a show painting, it's just a little demo of a bunny and how you could do a bunny. So I think he's really cute. And I wanted him to look painterly, not necessarily, I didn't really want him to look like a photograph. So he's getting there, he's fun, I like him. Let's show you the progress of the bunny. He's getting there little by little. Little bunny rabbit. Okay, so I have fur brushes that I'd like to show you, share with you. So you can use, when you're painting, you can use these fur brushes. They have different ends. See how they're like different? Or you can use an old brush that's all bristled like this. This works too. You have to be very careful not to overdo it with these kind of brushes, or it will look really fake. So what I'm going to do is, oh boy, where are we at? Okay, so our next step here, can you guys see? Okay, maybe you can't. Is that better? That might be better. So I'm going to dip my brush in a little bit of white and a little bit of Naples, and I'm going to do some of this little bunny's highlights. So white and Naples and watch. You just barely. You gotta practice with the consistency of the turpentine with the paint. You have to make friends with the oil paint. Oil paint has to be your friend. You have to have a lot of hours spent with, just like any other good friend in your life. You have to spend time, and then if something doesn't look right, you got to reevaluate it. So I'm right now kind of trying to get this white. You need to use turp. Try to get the white down a little, and then there. See how that just kind of puts a little bit of fur, happy little highlights, and you got to play with it a little and just kind of, you barely touch the canvas too, barely touch the canvas, because you don't want to overdo it. I mean, all the fur on this bunny doesn't look like that. It's not all stringy like that. So a little bit of pink and white. That's what I'm seeing on his nose here, here, and here there's a little. And then you've got his little whiskered area, which is almost shadowed, isn't it? But he's a fluffy little guy, this one. I love it. This is so much fun. Isn't this fun? So, and I use my fingers. You'll be like, why is she using her fingers? I use my fingers all the time when I'm painting. So, I'm just trying to add a few little highlights here. I'm trying to problem solve here because there's so much going on. First of all, this rabbit is floating in space. He's floating up above my easel, and I'm trying to paint him. So the proportions and the whole composition is very off, but it's okay. We will make it work. Okay, so his face is like this. That's his little sweet little face. And like this. See, his little nose is in here. You can't really see it, at least not on this you can't. And then he's got a little highlight there, like that. So I'm going to do something brand new too. I'm going to take this pencil right now, and if I was going to draw him, it would be fuzzy, fuzzy, ear, I'm just going to leave that ear, this is dark, and then it kind of comes down, like I see fur, but it looks like it comes down, so, and this is dark, and then his nose is here, it's up here, that's his nose. This is where studying skulls is very good for you too, by the way. The more you can study skulls, the better for you. All right, and here's his face. It goes like that, it's like that. So there's his little bunny foo-foo face. It's right there. And then we've got out here is the fur, the feet, fur. I'm okay with that. Okay, so this just showed me what I need to do out there in YouTube Paint World is I need to put a little more dark in here to kind of give him a face. So I'm afraid I may have a mess by the time I'm done with this. Having a mess sometimes is good because you never lose in life. You win or you learn. So a mess means you learned something. I'm not practicing the economy of brushstroke right now, which is kind of important with painting. And the economy of brushstroke is when you learn that you have to touch it and leave it and not mud. The more you paint something, the more likely you are to get mud, and you don't want mud. So, let's see. Okay, a little Naples, a little white. Here's my palette again, and I'm gonna do his little furry fur here comes up out of his nose here, on his face here. He's just such a sweet little bunny. I just love this guy to pieces. I really do. Okay. And he's really very much, kind of looks crabby, doesn't he? You know, crabby little bunny rabbit. This is fun. This is so fun. Even if it doesn't turn out perfect, we got to paint today. That's really all that matters, is having fun. So sometimes put a stroke, leave it, and then look at it. Put a stroke, leave it, and then look at it. You might love that stroke. You might love it a lot. You might want to leave it just how it is. Just saying. So, this little guy's quite the challenge. He's just not cooperating with the way I want him to look. And I think part of it is just the angle of the lighting, the fact that he's not very cooperative here. My favorite thing is that it looks kind of not real. That's what I like, actually. I like that I could see the pencil strokes, and I like that I could see the brush strokes and the paint. It's art, and that's what I like. And this guy might be going up on my kitchen wall where my other bunny was, just because I dig him. I think he's pretty amazing. So yeah, I went to Alexandra's Etsy shop to check and see on how many bunnies she had, and right now with the coronavirus, obviously, it's pretty hard to order stuff anyways from out of the country, but she's always got new cool stuff. Alright, so I decided in this painting I want to see some pencil marks. That's kind of something new I want to do, like my subconscious series was new, and I want to see pencil marks. So I'm going to draw some stuff in here, like that. Yeah, I love it. There it is. Okay, how is your bunny painting coming, by the way? Are you doing a follow along bunny, or are you just watching me? It's a lot more fun when you do one for yourself, just because, you know why it's more fun? Because then you have this fun little bunny rabbit to put on your wall that you made. And that's fun. Look at this little shit. Cute little thing. When I was a little girl, I had bunnies. My dad took me up to my cousin Tanisha and Annie's and Jesse's, and I was a little kid and I had no idea what I was in for, but we ended up on a 7-hour drive back home with 2 bunnies, and they were my new friends for a long time. And boy, I'll tell you, taking care of bunnies is a lot of work. Don't get your kids bunnies just because it's Easter and you think it would be fun. It's a commitment, and it's a lot of work cleaning them and taking care of them. But boy, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. I remembered thinking how cool my dad was that he, let me have those bunnies. And bunnies, by the way, have more bunnies, and that's a fact. So you got to get ready for that too. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you something. I just put a lot of paint on there on purpose, real thick. And now I'm going to show you a secret trick. You take a palette knife and you lift the paint and it just gives painterly dimension without looking too messy. Every now and then I'll do this if I want something to look really painterly. And you can just lift it. Boy, some people actually paint with palette knives, like my friend John Nagridge. Oh my gosh, he can do a whole painting with just palette knives, just beautifully too. So, alright. I'm getting about done with my little bunny. What do you guys think about if I did the background black? Or should I just leave it? I don't know. I am about getting done with him. A little more white here. Now it's time for highlights. Highlights are like dessert. It's like the best part of the painting. It's just like the best part of dinner. You just got to be careful because you don't want too much highlights either. So, I don't know what happened to that ear, how it got so strange. It's very strange looking. I'm not sure what I did to this ear, but, oh well. Add a little pink and it'll fix it. Pink fixes everything. Do you think we should do a black background? Would that make him come forward more, or what? I don't know. We need a little darkness in this ear. A little darkness here. Woo! Woohoo! That's fun. Well, we definitely put some darkness there, didn't we? This guy's getting out of control. He's starting to get a little out of control. So, the fun thing about painting is that, you know, you can do whatever you want. You can paint things any way you want. Any color, any combination, whatever you want to do, you have the freedom to do it. You want to add orange, add orange. You want to add white, add white. I'm just trying to see if I can make this better, and I'm probably going to screw it up. That's what they say. Don't screw it up, but they don't say the word screw it up. They say something else, but I'm not going to say it just in case there's a little kid out there watching this. But now I'm just going in and I'm looking at where's highlights. Where are the highlights? So there's my little bunny, and I'm going to work on it, I think, a little bit more. You work on yours, and why don't you share your bunnies with me? I'd love to see your pictures, but it quit raining and the sun has come out, so I'm going to go outside for a little while, I think. So, my bunny, it's in the process. I may do a little more work on him, but I just love this little bunny. Isn't he sweet? Take care. See you next time.